Today's episode has many marvelous lessons for those of you out there. Number one, it shows that family can petition other family members for a green card through an employment-based petition. In this case, a tita petitioned her nephew as a cook in her restaurant. Number two, he was able to get his green card in the U.S. He did not have to go back to the U.S. Embassy in Manila. And number three, green card approved without an interview.
Nagbago ang buhay ni Patrick nang ma-hire bilang teacher ang kanyang asawa sa Amerika.
Pumasok ako as a dependent ng misis ko, age 4, nung February 17, 2008. Kasama ko yung panganay kong anak. Naging maginhawa ang buhay namin. Nagkaroon kami ng bunsong anak na nagpatibay sa amin na ito talaga yung aming tahanan dito sa Amerika.
Kaso, tumagilid bigla ang kanilang estado pagsapit ng ika-5 taon.
Nung ika-5th year, supposedly dapat may green card na kami. Kaso yung school system, the Baltimore school system, nagkaroon ng problema na audit ng Department of Labor na nag-overhiring sila ng teachers. So, wala kaming pagkakataon na makagawa ng parang, kundi yun nga, it's either na mag-stay kaming lahat dito or umuwi kami.
Mabigat ang naging desisyon ni Patrick at ng kanyang asawa.
Nag-decide kami, sige, balik ka sa Pilipinas. Pag nakakita ka ng school, balik ka rito. So ako, nag-decide na lang ako na mag-stay, mag-ipon. Kung sakaling hindi mag-prosper yung makakuha siya ng trabaho, within 2 years, uuwi ako. Minsan, hindi rin naman sapat sa isang pamilya na, yung sustento o pera na ipapadala mo, hindi sapat din sa isang asawa o isang anak na padala lang ako ng padala. Siyempre, iniisip nila, gusto nila rin maramdaman yung nandun din ako sa tabi nila.
Lumipas ang 2 taon. Pumirmi sa Amerika si Patrick sa pasyang ito pa rin ang mas kapaki-pakinabang para sa buong pamilya.
Actually, marami nagsasabi sa akin, ganito ang gawin mo, para maayos ang papel mo, mag-asawa ka, o magbayad ka ng ibang tao, or let's say lahat ng mga tao o mga ibang lawyer ginaganon ako, pero sabi ko hindi ko kayang sirain yung pangako ko sa pamilya ko na magkakasama-sama kami na ano man ang mangyari, mabubuo kami sa maayos na panahon at sa maayos na paraan.
Dumaan pa ang mahabang panahon at nanatiling TNT si Patrick. Minsay, umasa siya sa isang panukalang magbibigay sa kanya ng kalayaan. Ngunit ito'y nabigurin.
Nawalan ako talaga ng pag-asa na sabi ko, akala ko ito na kahit papano maging legal man lang ako, baka sakali makagawa ako ng paraan, hindi man lang maging green card o maging permanent resident, at least maging legal, makakakilos ako kung ano man ang pwede akong umuwi kahit papano.
Isang araw, pumayag ang tita ni Patrick na petisyonin ang pamangkin bilang cook sa kanyang restaurant. Kumonsulta si Patrick sa abogado.
Sabi niya, pwede ka petisyon. Sabi niya, makakakuha ka ng labor certification. Pero pagdating sa next step, hindi ka na makaka-proceed kasi overstay ka na.
And joining me now is Patrick. Welcome to Citizen Pinoy.
Hello, attorney. Thank you for having me here.
And thank you for coming on the show to share your success story.
Yeah.
And your asawa came to the U.S. originally in 2008, correct?
Opo.
So
Yes.
she had the H-1B and you came as her dependent H-4, right?
Yeah. Opo.
Okay, so H-1B is a temporary working visa for college graduates who are working in a college-level job. It's valid typically for 6 years, and H-4 is the dependent, right?
Yes po.
Okay, so everything's fine for the 6 years, right? But then suddenly the 6 years are coming due and the H's are expiring, right?
Opo.
I always tell people, if you are on an H-1B visa, you should have the employer already petition you for green card as soon as possible. Don't wait for the 5th year or so. But it seems that there was issues about the employer willing to petition, or what?
Ganun po kasi nung at the time in the 4th or the 5th year,
they petition my wife as like a green card.
Okay.
So they go, the Department of Labor audit the school system and questioning why the school system overhiring the teachers. So at that time, we are in the 5th year, so wala na kaming chance na, we don't have a chance to go somewhere else to my wife to be petitioned.
Because
as
of
a-
the 6th year.
Yes.
I guess what must have happened is the Department of Labor was probably saying when the job was being advertised, there were a lot of qualified U.S. workers who applied for the job, and they're supposed to get priority.
Yes.
So, there was a decision that to go back or not to go back to the Philippines?
In the first place,
What happened with that?
we decided to stay, me and my wife and my kids. But, parang inisip namin na it's gonna waste her status if we, just parang masisira yung visa niya. So,
So the plan was Asawa was going to go home, find a way to come back here again legally.
Yes.
Because she didn't want to go Tago ng Tago. You decided to stay here and pray and hope for the best.
yes po.
Okay. And it must have been lonely for you.
I always pray na sana matapos na yung sakripisyo ko na at least makabalik sila. So, yun po.
But you came to me a couple of times. 2015
Yes, attorney.
was the first time you consulted. And for those of you who can remember, there was a program, DAPA, Deferred Action for Parents of American Citizens. You had American citizen children,
Opo.
kind of like DACA. DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals for young kids brought here at an early age. DAPA was supposed to be for parents of U.S. citizens. You had U.S. citizen kids.
Opo.
And you did sign up with me.
Yes, attorney.
Okay. Remember, for a while, it was valid, but then there were court cases and they put injunctions and stopped it.
Opo, so
Right?
yes, kaya I was,
Disappointed.
I was disappointed and sad. I thought, at least I can work legally.
Yeah. We thought that it was going to be successful like DACA and signed up and we're preparing for it. But I know that when the injunctions came, we could do no more. I wrote to you and we refunded the money. I mean, there's no such thing as guarantees, but or money-back guarantees, certainly. But in this case, when it was not the fault and had the injunctions, we couldn't file it anymore. That's it. So again, it was just hope and pray.
Opo.
Okay, you came back to me in 2017, right?
Opo, in that time na yun. So,
Okay.
nag-try ulit ako sa inyo. Is there any way kung pwede akong i-petition ng tita ko na as a cook? And kasi I go to some other lawyers that they always refuse me. Because you cannot go.
Bakit? How many lawyers did you see before you coming to me?
I guess 3 lawyers.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said, how can petition you? You're already out of status, so it's I cannot accept your case.
But then you decided to come to me. I guess I'm the 4th attorney now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And do you remember what we were discussing when you consulted with me in 2017?
And yes, attorney, sabi ko, attorney, do you think you could, my aunt could petition me as a cook and like that, and you just evaluate all my documents and everything, and sinabi mo na, okay, sabi na. You said, we can do this one. And I asked you again, are you sure that you can make it? I cannot guarantee, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna fight for your case. So
Yeah, very, very good. He listened to me because that's true. No, I cannot guarantee success or results. I mean, just because I take on a case does not mean 100% I guarantee it will be approved. First of all, attorneys are forbidden by law from guaranteeing, and I think I probably told you that as well.
Okay.
But I felt that you were eligible. And I said, I cannot guarantee results, but I can guarantee I will fight my hardest for you.
Yes,
So that kind of encouraged you as well.
that's parang dun lumakas yung loob ko na sabi ko, only Attorney Gurfinkel, the one only accept my case.
So you were being encouraged, and we were then going to begin starting the process.
Opo.
Pagkaraan ng 4 na taong paninirahan sa Pilipinas, Nakabalik sa Amerika ang pamilya ni Patrick, pero malapit man ay malayo pa din.
Nakabalik yung mag-iina ko noong 2017. Kahit na nakakuha siya ng trabaho sa New Mexico, kahit parehas kami nasa Amerika, magkalayo pa rin kami. Nandun siya sa New Mexico dahil yung trabaho niya, nandito rin ako sa New York para sa trabaho ko.
Sa haba na ng panahong walang katiyakan at pagtatago, pagod na rin si Patrick sa buhay TNT.
Wala akong peace of mind talaga pag wala kang papel. Unang-una kasi hindi ka talaga makakakilos eh. Una, gigising ka tuwing umaga, anong gagawin mo para maging safe ka, wala magiging problema. Pag nasilip agad ako ng pulis o baka ipadampot agad ako dahil, wala ka palang papel, bakit ka nandito, dadalhin ako sa immigration. Iniisip ko paano na yung mga pamilya ko, pag umuwi na ako, paano ko na sila matutulungan.
Kaya naman nang naisipan ni Patrick na magpatulong kay Attorney Gurfinkel, umiral na ang kanyang better judgment.
Nag-hesitate nga ako dahil nga mahal, baka hindi talaga kakayanin kasi nga talaga susustento rin ako sa pamilya ko. Pero sinabi ko sa sarili ko, bakit ko naman titipirin ang sarili ko? Sabi ko, bakit ko naman titipirin ang immigration na case ko? Kung para sa akin naman, para sa mga anak ko, para sa pamilya ko, lahat ng gagawin ko.
Na-file na ang petisyon ni Patrick, pero kaagad-agad namang dumating ang sari-saring hadlang. Una, may audit. Pagkatapos, pandemya at retrogression.
In-audit po ng Department of Labor po yung tita ko para masabi o mapatunayan ng tita ko na talagang bona fide yung case o talagang pinipetition ako na as a cook, na yung pagbabayad ng tamang sahod. So akala ko naman okay na, mag-aantay na lang. All of a sudden, biglang nalaman ko na nagkaroon ng retrogression. So imbis na nakapila na ako sa harap, umatras na naman ako sa likod dahil nga sa retrogression. Sabi ko, ano na naman to? Nagdasal na lang ulit ako na sana makabalik kasi nga dahil nga sa pandemic, dahil nagkaganon. So, wala akong choice kundi mag-antay talaga ulit.
All right, so your aunt is now ready to petition you as a cook at her restaurant.
Opo.
And you already had the experience as a cook.
Yes po, sa
Okay.
Pilipinas.
And by the way, it does not take that much experience to be a cook in order to qualify. And that's a misconception a lot of people have. To get a green card, you have to have a college level job.
Opo.
Or has to be an experienced type of job, a job that takes at least 2 years training or experience. No. You can be petitioned for an employment-based green card even as an unskilled worker, whether in your case, a cook, less than 2 years experience, housekeepers, caregivers, and you can even have family members petitioning you for an employment green card as long as all the requirements are met, such as real job, the employer can afford the wages. So we start your case in 2019 as a cook.
Opo.
And what has to happen is the job is advertised and offered first to U.S. workers. And how it works is only if there are no qualified U.S. workers who respond to the ad, the case can be certified in favor of the worker or the alien. But in your case, in the middle of it, we did get an audit from the Department of Labor. Remember that?
Yes, attorney.
Were you worried then?
Yeah, because the last time I go to the lawyer about my extension before in my H4 visa, I always receive a denial letter.
I'm not that worried about an audit from the Department of Labor because ordinarily you do get audits whenever family is petitioning family members for an employment-based green card. It's just like IRS or something like that. But basically, whenever family petitions family for employment-based, there is the suspicion, is this really a job or is it just something made up as a favor to the family member? So the audit was documenting the fact that there was a bona fide or real job opportunity. There was a real business going on. Where's the articles of incorporation, lists of officers of the restaurant, to make sure that, yes, there was an ongoing business that the person will work for, versus, some vacant lot or things like that. So we responded.
Opo.
Right? We
Right
work with
away,
you.
so
Yeah.
natuwa nga po kasi one of your paralegal or something, they call me right away, ayusin yun, they contact my employer, then they spoke my aunt how to respond.
What we like to do is we tell our clients, whether employers or the worker, all communications, all responses has to be through us. Don't answer on your own. Don't submit documents. That's what we're here for as an attorney. We will guide and say, these are the listed documents and evidence we need. You gather them, give them to us. We will then package them in the appropriate way and submit to immigration. Because people may not know exactly what helps or hurts their case. So we were working with you, working with your aunt especially, of the list of documents. Aunt was very cooperative, provided it to us. And then eventually in October of 2020, the Department of Labor certifies the job for you. And you're starting to see, I guess, light at the end of the tunnel, correct?
Opo. So sabi ko parang it's like a marathon. It's
Yeah.
So sabi, hope for the best. Sabi ko, always keep praying na sana magtuloy-tuloy na.
So then after the Department of Labor certifies the case, that's step one, we go on to step two, which is the employer's petition. And we're still on our journey to bake a green card. So we filed the petition in April of 2021.
Opo.
And it gets approved like 11 months later, right?
Opo.
And at that time, the priority date for employment-based cases was not yet current, meaning you could not file adjustment with them. So we filed the petition alone. So when we got the approval, how were you feeling then?
I said, ito na. Sabi ko, malapit-lapit na. Sabi ko, salamat. Sabi ko, maraming salamat sa Panginoon, sa inyo, attorney, kasi sabi ko, I can see the light na sabi ko, malapit-lapit na. So, almost there na. Sabi ko, yun lang po. So, dasal lang ako ng dasal.
And how was your aunt feeling as the case is moving along?
Siya po yung masaya kasi hindi niya na-expect na ma-approve right away kasi expect niya, because at that time nung pinail yung application na yun, it was pandemic, so talagang matagal yung ina-expect namin, so masaya kami na lumabas agad.
Yeah. And your aunt had also petitioned your father at the
Opo.
restaurant. So it's like a family tradition that Tita petitions father, I think it was back in 2000,
Opo.
and then you were
Opo.
petitioned later on.
Opo. So,
Right?
masaya po kasi yun din naman po yung pangarap nung lola ko noon na magkakasama kami bago siya mamatay.
So the next step, remember, typically it's a 3-step process to get a green card. One is the labor certification, check, got that certified after the audit. File the petition, I-140, check, did that. And then the third and final is applying for the green card. Ordinarily, if a person is tago na tago, they're not eligible to apply for the green card or adjustment in the U.S. However, we were able to dig and found a way by which you could apply for your green card in the U.S., not have to go back to the Philippines on provisional waiver or not. How did you feel when we were saying we can apply for the green card in the U.S.?
Masaya po kasi mostly ang naririnig ko kasi na kailangan mong umuwi, sabi ko baka umuwi ako ron, and then baka hindi ako makabalik sa Amerika.
And then you were able to get a work permit.
Nagtatalon ako sa tuwa kasi tapos na talagang nagpasalamat nga ako talaga sa lahat kay tita, kasi nga sabi ko nga, tita, ito na po yung working permit ko, makakagalaw na ako.
You got one of the greatest Christmas gifts imaginable last Christmas.
Opo.
So what was that?
Naiyak po talaga.
You all can guess what it is. This is an immigration show, so what else could it be? So what was your great Christmas gift that you
Talaga
got?
pong naiyak po talaga ako kasi nung tumawag po kayo, you call me and you told me, oh, Patrick, your working permit was void already. And I said, why, attorney? You have to gather balikbayan back. So I thought they sending me home, and then I said, oh my God, I think there's a problem. I said, attorney, what happened? Is there a problem in my working permit or anything? No, you didn't even know? You didn't even get any news? I said, no, attorney. And he said, oh, it's a good news that na-approve yung green card mo. And you know, the good thing is you don't have an interview. So, doon po talaga naluha ako kasi talagang ina-expect ko na mapapa-interview pa ako, marami pang proseso. So, I feel blessed talaga po nung araw na yun. Sabi ko,
You were crying too.
Opo, yeah. Sabi ko,
By the way, he is a crier, and I'm surprised
Yeah.
his eyes. We didn't have to use up a box of tissue with you today.
Naubos na po kasi talaga, natuwa po talaga ako. Sabi ko, ito na yung the best Christmas gift I ever seen. Na I call maybe attorney should be Santa Claus at attorney Gurfinkel. So
Yeah.
he helped me a lot sa Christmas na yun.
Yeah, what I was saying to him, I was, kidding around with him a little bit. A person has the work authorization, but the work authorization is good as long as the case is pending. But once they're approved for the green card, they no longer need the work permit because now they have the green card. So that's why I was joking with you. I said your work permit's no longer good anymore. Why? Because now you're a green card holder.
Naiyak po talaga ako nung nalaman ko na yun kasi sabi ko, ito na yung matagal ko nang pinagdadasal, pinaghirapan.
Siyempre pa, pati't asawa't anak ni Patrick ay maaambunan ng natanggap niyang biyaya.
So talaga naiyak po kasi sabi ko at least ito na hindi na sila uuwi, gagawa na namin ng paraan. Sinabi ni attorney na ay tutulungan na natin yung mag-iina mo na makapag-adjust din dito. So hindi na wala nang uuwi sa amin.
Hanggang ngayon, ninanamnam pa rin ng ating bidang kusinero ang grasyang inihain para sa kanya.
Every night po, lagi kong tinitignan, hawak ko yung card. Tapos lagi akong dadasal na sabi ko, sa Diyos na salamat, binigyan niyo ako ng pagkakataon. Ito na siguro yung pinaka magandang regalo na ibigay niyo sa akin na matagal ko nang minimiti sa loob ng 16 years or 15, 16 years.
I imagine that your asawa, you became mas guapo to her as soon as you got your green card, right?
Opo, parang Piolo Pascual na.
Yeah, Piolo Pascual, regardless of looks. What message would you like to tell your kababayans, wherever they may be?
Yun ang talagang lesson na natutunan ko. Even how easy the case, just like I said, go to attorney kasi you never know na baka pagdating ng panahon magkaroon ng problema yung papel nyo. So, don't save or don't be kuripot for your future, especially in your immigration case. Just go to attorney. Gusto ko lang po magpasalamat sa lahat, especially sa inyo attorney, kay Ma'am Millie, kay Ma'am Lilet, Susan, and all your staff sa office nyo dahil they don't even treat me like a client. They treat me as a family to fulfill my American dream. So I'm so happy and I'm glad na hinard ko si attorney kasi, I'm so feel blessed na na-meet ko si attorney talaga na siya tumulong sa akin.
And I can see a tear finally coming out of the corner of his eye. Remember, he cried the whole way through, so I'm just happy we didn't have to waste tissue this time around. But again, thank you so much, Patrick, for sharing your story.